Located in the Bronx section of New York City, Yankee Stadium opened in 1923, the year that the Yankees won the first of their 26 championships. The stadium went under some major renovations in 1976, but managed to keep its classic appeal. The mystique and aura about Yankee Stadium has grown over the last few years during the most recent Yankee dynasty run. The most distinguishing feature is the Monument Park area beyond the left center field fence and past the bullpens. The beautiful arrangement honors the greatest players and executives in Yankee history. There are 20 plaques on the wall and a sign with the 14 numbers the Yankees have retired. They surround 5 marble monuments that honor the most important people in Yankee history. Before the renovations in '76, the monuments were in the field of play. This park has historically favored left-handed batters and pitchers. The short porch in right field has been a target for left-handed sluggers throughout Yankee history, from Ruth and Garrick to Jackson and Mattingly to the current stars like Giambi and Bernie Williams. At 399 feet, the left center field power alley at Yankee Stadium is the deepest alley in baseball. It has been coined Death Valley, since fly balls just seem to die in the spacious gap and allows pitchers to work right-handed batters on the inside part of the plate. Yankee Stadium has hosted a record 35 World Series, 3 All-Star games, and has had many historical moments. The Major League single-season home run record was established twice at this park, the first time by Babe Ruth in 1927. Lou Gehrig gave his famous retirement speech on this very field on July 4th, 1939. In Game 6 of the 1977 World Series, Reggie Jackson belted 3 home runs to lead the Yankees to a series victory. Preliminary plans for a new ballpark for the Yankees have been discussed, but put on hold temporarily. Shea Stadium opened in 1964 and has been the home of the New York Mets for the last 29 years. It was one of the earliest versions of the cookie-cutter style, complete with symmetrical dimensions, modest power alleys, and lots of foul territory. The only thing missing was the artificial turf. Now Shea is the 3rd oldest venue in the National League, behind Wrigley Field and Dodger Stadium. To the left of the scoreboard and to the right of the 410 mark in center is the magic top hat that animates a big red apple when a Met hits a home run. Sitting about 25 feet behind the fence in right center, the huge scoreboard is 175 feet long and 86 feet high, with a large analog clock resting on top of it. Shea Stadium has historically been kind to pitchers. Even though the dimensions aren't incredibly deep, the park does not yield many long balls. The ball just doesn't carry that well here, though it does carry a little better to right field, which is probably why left-handed batters have had a slight edge over the years. Many batters claim that Shea has the worst visibility in the majors. There is also lots of foul territory, and infield grass is cut very high, two things that are known to assist pitchers. Hall of Famer Jim Bunning threw a perfect game against the Mets in this park on Father's Day in 1964. Shea Stadium has hosted 4 World Series, including the memorable 1969 and 1986 Fall Classics, and played host to the 1964 All-Star Game. Preliminary plans for a new ballpark for the Mets have been discussed, but put on hold temporarily.
Retro Dodger Stadium was located at 55 Sullivan Place in the Flatbush section of Brooklyn, opening on April 9, 1913. The Phillies would go on to defeat the Dodgers 1-0. The stadium was built on the site of the Pigtown garbage dump at a total cost of $750,000. The centerpiece of the stadium was an 80-foot rotunda made of Italian marble that greeted the fans as they walked into the ballpark. The rotunda featured a floor tiled to look like the stitches on a baseball, as well as a baseball-themed chandelier. The right field wall and scoreboard had approximately 289 different angles. The scoreboard jutted out 5 feet from the wall at a 45-degree angle. The overhang of the second deck hung out over center field. The deepest corner of the park was in right center, where it was 500 feet to the wall in 1913, and it eventually came down to 403 feet in 1955. In the winter of 31-32, the double deck was extended from third base to the left field corner and across to center field. Cobblestone Bedford Avenue was a hill climbing from a low point in right field to higher ground in center field. Kids were able to watch games through a cap under the metal gate in right center. The lights were turned on here in a game against the Reds on June 15, 1938. However, that historical fact took a back seat as it became the second consecutive no-hitter for the Red Hurler. Baseball's first televised baseball game was played here August 26, 1939 against the Reds. Viewers as far as 50 miles away were able to view and hear the ballgame. On April 15, 1947, Jackie Robinson changed baseball and the conscience of America when he became the first black man in the 20th century to play in a Major League Baseball game here. During the 1949 season, the stadium would host its only All-Star game. On August 31, 1950, Gil Hodges became only the 6th man in Major League Baseball history to hit 4 home runs in a game against the Boston Braves. Demolition began on February 23, 1960. The same wrecking ball was used 4 years later to demolish the Polo Ground. Today, apartments occupy the site of the former ballpark.
Located in the Harlem section of New York City, the Polo Grounds opened its gates for baseball in 1911. Many fans know the Giants played at the Polo Grounds, but the Yankees played here for 9 years before Yankee Stadium was built, and the Mets played here during their first 2 seasons in the league. The Polo Grounds certainly had some unique features. The playing field was almost oval-shaped, and the dimensions featured 2 extremes: power alleys that are over 440 feet and the foul poles that are less than 280 feet away from home plate. Although the right field line was much closer to home, the second deck overhang made it easier for hitters to swat home runs to left field. The wall on left was only 279 feet from home, but the second deck hung 21 feet over the field, which effectively shortened the distance required for a pop fly to land in the seats. Many outfielders have watched helplessly as a ball that they thought they could catch dropped into the second deck. The outfield slopes 8 feet below the infield, meaning that a person standing in a dugout can only see the top half of an outfielder. The bullpens in left center and right center are in fair territory, which can cause chaos with balls hit in the gap. The ball rolls well in the power alleys due to the slope, and the enormous center field area leads to many triples and inside the park home runs. In terms of power, this field favors pull hitters from either side of the plate. The Polo Grounds hosted 13 World Series and 2 All-Star games. This park has captured many of baseball's most memorable moments, such as The Catch by Mays, Thompson's shot heard around the world, and Mel Ott's 500th home run. The last game played at the Polo Grounds was on September 18, 1963, and the park was demolished in 1964.